Hi everyone, in this video we would like to demonstrate a new feature of the Onboard Assistant, and that is the capability for Onboard Assistant to receive events through UDP. So you could actually have an external device or program or piece of software that can send events to the Onboard Assistant directly. So let's go through this. Let's have a day start here. And first thing you want to do is to go into the options and go to this new menu, events from UDP. So first we will need to enable this, specify a port, and maybe have it always auto startup, and then we can reset the connection to start and open this UDP port to getting events. So we can do that now. And if you click on the help button, you will have a bit of information about how you can actually send messages to Onboard Assistant from there. So here we go. The protocol is relatively simple. It's quite similar to iDataNet and other types of protocols, where in the UDP message, you should have start with OBA_event, all caps, and then you can have a type, optionally a date time, optionally a date, an attribute, and optionally some comments. Here are some samples of a sentence, so that would be OBA event. We do specify a date time here. Then the type of event is sales up, and then we have the attribute which describes what sale is going to be up. If you do not specify a date time, like in this example where we're starting testing, then when Onboard Assistant receives the UDP message, it will take the timestamp from the computer it is on. So as mentioned, it's mandatory to have the type in there, and the type is going to be one of sales up, miss events, start testing, stop testing, good balance, bad balance, photo event, miss event, all those usual ones. Now, if you are not sure how to fill in the attributes, for instance, or the type, well, the best thing to do is actually to go in the Onboard Assistant and to actually enter some events. For example, a sales up here, we're going to put a main and maybe a J1 and click OK. And then as you do that, you should go and check the event file that it is getting created. If we can find it, it was here. And if we go in here, right, you will see that we have a sales up, and this is how main plus J1 is configured. We could add another one, for instance. Now we're putting on a reef. Click OK. And this is how main and J1 must be configured. Those two semicolons are because there's no Stasel and no spinnaker. So that's explanation of how you should format your message. Let's now see this in action. So we can close this window. It's in the background now. And I've got a UDP simulator up here, which goes to my local host. So on this same computer, I've configured it for the port that we just entered. And then I'll give an example of, let's say so currently we have a J1 and one reef. Let's take a sentence that specifies a sales up with main and just J2 and no reef. If I click send on this, we can see this is now updated, and we can check in the OBA that we do have this main J2 as the latest event. Now, other types of events, we could also have, for example, a manual entry event with a description of water ballast, sea state, and helmsman. Now remember that when you create this message, you must make sure it's in the valid format. And once again, to check this valid format, all you need to do is create an event. So let's say the water ballast here is empty, the sea state is small, and the helmsman is shown. If I click OK, I can then go and have a look at my event file. This is the correct way to format it right here. So you just need to copy and paste this, or use this for your message. And now if I send this, we now have a water ballast that is empty, but the sea state is now normal and the helmsman is now drawn. Okay, we have other types of messages. We could, for example, have a start testing message. which I'm going to type into here. So same as usual, OBA underscore event type equals start testing. And we have some comments. I can send that. And we can see that we now have a test in progress, which I can either stop by sending a UDP message or just click on stop here. And our testing is finished. And we could also send, for example, a good balance event. Let me grab this. Click send. That has been received. Good balance, timestamped by OnboardAssistant. Let's just triple check here in the events. Yes, the good balance is there. And that's it for the new feature.